Hello viewers, in this video I'll be going over silver. Today we are up 45 basis points. On the 1 hour chart we saw a reversal over around 9 o'clock today, and this was the time when Donald Trump tweeted that there's possible solutions to the China trade talks, and that's why we saw a large reversal over the beginning of the market, and we start to see a divergence back in overnight Thursday. So if we expand out to the 4 hour chart, we approach the positive MACD, and we are on support of the 9 moving average, and we are very close to overbought RSI as well, and we also touched the 200 resistance. If we expand out to the daily chart, we see we are making lower highs and lower lows. One would say there's some concern for the overall uptrend, or if once we reach the 200-day moving average, which I consider that as a possible support if the 150-day support does break, and that is our next immediate support, which is around the price of $16.25. So what I see is we are approaching lower highs, and we are also approaching lower lows, so there is a bit concern there as well. And for resistance, I do see the 50-day moving average, this yellow line, acting as our next resistance. We failed to expand out on the 50-day moving average right here, and we failed to break above the 50-day moving average right there on December 4th. So one could say that act as our immediate resistance, which is around the price of $17.35. So if we were to move on higher, that price movement is roughly around, if we move on higher, that is around 2.5% to the upside, and to touch the 200-day moving average, it is 4% down. So the forecast model is now available in the link below for silver, so do check it out. You'll see all the models that I do not go over with in this video, and the model will go over the possible forecasts on the other models as well. So back to the forecast model, I'll go day by day, where silver will head to the next coming days. So we have 1 day out, 2 days out, 3 days out, 4 days out, 5 days out, 6 days out, and 7 days out. So which one of these models we should focus on? Ideally, the model that is the best match to the current trend. Right here we have the current trend, and below is the trend that I believe is the best match. This trend dates back to March 24th, 2014 to June 3rd, 2014. So let me point out why these two charts are similar. So what we have in the beginning of the trend, we start off touching the bottom Bollinger Band right at the beginning, and then we proceeded to make a steady climb to the upper Bollinger Band, and as you notice, the bands are getting narrower, more narrow, and as it gets narrow, it expands out. So after touching upper Bollinger Band, we see another touch on the bottom Bollinger Band. So we made lower lows, and then once more we see it revert to the mean right at this instance as well, moving to the middle Bollinger Band. So we start to see those points, and in the trend below right here as well, we see it start on the bottom Bollinger Band right at the beginning. Next we see make a steady climb on the upper Bollinger Band, and then afterward we see it touch the bottom Bollinger Band once more, and finally right towards the end we see it revert back to the mean to touch the upper Bollinger Band once more. So we have those points. What we have is 1, 2, 3, 4 points. We also have 1, 2, 3, 4 points. So there is reason to believe if the trends and patterns are the same, the outcome and forecast should be fairly the same. So the model that we just examined was March 24th to June 3rd, 2014. Back then, silver was up around 2.2%. So we may see a reversal or a steady climb up in the next coming days. A gradual, not too, a very steady climb and price. So let's head to the day-by-day probability model. So what we have here is, as indicated, one thing that stood out to me, there is a slight chance that we may increase between 4 to 7% on the 7th day. And for the downside, there's not much chance to the downside. Overall, there is more favor of upside. There is only a slight downside on the first day. Beyond that, there is no chance based on the past models that we went over. And so overall, I do see a steady climb in silver price in the next coming days. And how I found this price trend was I compared all the price trends and found that the model back in March 24th to be the best match. And the day-by-day probability consists of all the forecast models into one, so it's much easier to read. Again, this forecast model is now available in the link below, so do check it out. If you enjoyed this content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching.